this your first Marcon conference?
Is this?
Your first Marcon conference?
Certainly not.
I didn't think so.
I've been in this business for 25 years.
And what do you think? What do you think about the establishment and the foundation?
It's a very different one from the last one that I saw, that I attended. And this is, I think, 6th to 7th that I've been to. And looking at the economy, looking at the advertising and marketing world, I think it is the topics have been are quite relevant to today's advertising marketing world.
And what do you think about the caliber of speakers that we've got today?
It's very good to invite local speakers. I've always been a believer, and of course, flavor here and there of different markets should be there, but we should discuss what our market is. And our market is very different from anywhere in the world. You just can't give the Indian example and say that in India this is happening and this can happen in Pakistan. I think our marketing is relevant to our society.
I think relevant point.
Do you think the focus has been more on individual companies and individual campaigns as opposed to
that varies.
the marketing?
It varies on what the speaker wants to convey his message.
But do you think sometimes it's easier to convey a message if you're a multinational?
Yeah, you see,
I can tell you at least one initiative.
what the rapid
we've
change
taken
that
recently,
Pakistan has
we've
had
actually
in the advertising marketing world over the
time
last
slots in few
7-8
areas,
years,
we said less
the
clutter,
young generation
let's research the
may
benefits
not be able to
and see
comprehend
if
how it
gets
has
justified.
changed. It's,
So at the end of
my
the
analogy
day,
to that
answer
is,
घूम-घुमा के वहीं
if
आ
you see
जाता है
that there is
कि लोगों को
Sheraton
benefit
Hotel,
दिखाना है उसका
I had seen
and
what
उनका
was there
buy-in
before
लेना है.
Sheraton Hotel.
Because that's something
So
that
for the
only
new
together you can
practitioner,
solve as a problem.
he
But
has
you're
to
absolutely
be given that
right
insight
it
of
is a
what it
problem,
was and what has it
but
changed.
it has a downside to it.
That's the relevant
And
part. I mean,
discussed quite often, at least there are a few initiatives
22 years
that will be
ago,
taking
I was
place very soon.
a delegate
But once
of
again, maybe an
only
advertiser
Ad
can
Asia
comment on
hosted
that
by
and say
Pakistan in
what they're doing.
1989. And Javed Jabbar Sahab was the chairman of that.
Correct.
22 years ago, what we discussed, what we talked about, and today what Javed Sahab was talking about. Different scenes, the same guy, today's practitioner can learn a lot from him. Share the experience.
Of course. Last question, sir, if you don't mind. There's been some opinion here. A lot of the speakers have been.
Raising the prices.
I mean, they're all CEOs and they're all luminaries within the industry, but they don't represent the youth or the emerging talent in Pakistan, particularly with regards to marketing. You have the advent of social media, you have Web 2.0, which is very much a youth product.
Again, these comments vary.
Sure.
And to me, like I said, I'm a veteran
Of course.
in my business.
Absolutely.
I still feel that what people talk about the digital world, I still feel that it's a long way for Pakistan or in Pakistan in that. Whereas the world, the world scenario is different.
I think it's a problem. I agree with you.
The main focus should be sharing of experience and making it relevant to the young generation. And that's what conferences are. I mean, especially such conferences. I have a collection of about 50 ads that ran in the 60s. And you compare it in today's world. I think it's quite relevant to a creative person of an advertising agency of today's time. So I think
It's all relative.
it's just a subjective thing. Is the young generation should come or the young generation should be represented. I think it's the audience. If the audience is young, they can put a question to the speaker or to the panelist.
But do you think? Sorry, I know I said that was going to be the last question. But do you think maybe, as opposed to just having the speakers come here and share their experiences and then having, the audience ask questions, do you think maybe it would be more beneficial to have more interactive, maybe something along workshops or, team building exercises or something?
Marcon is an annual event of Marketing Association. And this trend has been going on. I mean, I'm sure if Marketing Association is given this idea of workshops, maybe this is something that they will be. The fact that the attendance has been very good.
Yes.
gives you makes you understand that there is a need of such conferences, sharing, and again, creativity again is a very subjective term, and whether a bad ad can still sell the product just because it's running 100 times on television, to a good ad not making the same impact because it can't run at the same number. But I think there is a need, and such conferences would. I think this MarCon, the last MarCon was held about a couple of years ago. There's need.
There will always be a need.
There will always be. Sharing of experience, sharing of know-how. It's there. I mean, if you have 400 people sitting from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, gives you the impression, yes, people want to know what's going on. Done?
Thank you very much, sir. Very kind of you.